Hi everyone, how are you? Today is the day for us to organize. You know what? Paperwork, documents. Paperwork is something that in the blink of an eye turns into real chaos, right? We just keep piling it up, piling it up, piling it up. We never have time to organize this kind of thing, but in this video, I'm going to give you a little push to get your paperwork and documents organized so you can quickly find what you need. So make sure to watch this video until the end. Come with me. You don't give up halfway or lose motivation later. It's best that you start and finish. Don't stop in the middle because it'll be hard to get back to it and you'll feel discouraged to organize all that paperwork again. So stay focused on this task. The second tip is to sort through all your documents and paperwork in general that you have in your drawers and cabinets. We're going to get rid of those documents that have been stored away for who knows how long, but you can't just throw everything out because each document, each type of document has its own retention period. Well, now that you know the retention period for each document and you've already discarded the expired ones, it's time to categorize the documents, which means organizing them by type. So I'm going to show you the way I do it here at home, which works really well. Oh, this is my little workspace, my home office, and all the paperwork, well, most of it is kept in this drawer unit right here. Look, if you have a little space, it can be small because it's not very wide, but honestly, it's a lifesaver for keeping all your paperwork and documents organized in one place. In this larger drawer, which is deeper, I organize the documents in folders. Here at home, this is how I organize things. So I have a folder for documents, general documents, pay slips, receipts, manuals, medical exams, everything related to the blog, my blog, and for the house project. This folder is one you can find at stationery stores. It comes in various colors and it has this little elastic band here so you can close it. Here I organize them all standing up, but you could also organize them in a cabinet on a shelf, one on top of the other. It's also a really nice way for you to organize things. And it's very important for us to label the contents of each folder so we don't get lost later. Inside the elastic folders I showed you, I also rely on the help. These little folders here, which I'm going to grab to show you, these transparent folders, which you can also find at stationery stores. They're super cheap, really thin, and I use one of these folders to organize each subcategory. But Rafa, what is a subcategory? For example, in the documents category, right, which is the folder you saw there, inside that folder, I organize, for example, certificates as one subcategory, diplomas as another subcategory, birth certificates, marriage certificates. Those are also types of subcategories. So I also divide the documents into these subcategories, and to separate them, I use the help of these awesome little folders, which are super handy. To label each of these folders, I just use Post-its, which are also great because they already have adhesive. And then I just stick the Post-it right on top here. I'm going to move some things around in this drawer because I'm about to introduce the second idea for organizing paperwork, which is hanging folders. Why do I want to change? Actually, I want to try another way of organizing the documents. There's a lot of stuff here that I'm going to throw away because it's already expired. So usually once a year I do this organization, but I haven't done it yet this year, guys. I ended up skipping it. I like to do this at the beginning of the year. Manuals is a category I'm going to eliminate. Because manuals, honestly, you can find them online nowadays, right? So I think it's unnecessary paperwork for me to keep here at home. So I'm going to remove that category, which means I'll have a bit more space here. Well, since I love trying new things, I'm going to replace the folders with these hanging folders. And I'm going to put each category in one of these little folders. And these colorful things here are the little labels I'll use to identify the categories. Oh, but I don't have a drawer unit like yours, Rafa, blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, you can find at stationery stores a narrower box, a transparent plastic box, or they come in other colors too. And it already has the little sides for you to hang these hanging folders. And it's great because it's narrow, so you can put it in any little corner. And inside this product, you can already organize several categories and within them, the subcategories. Well, guys, I've already attached the tags with the names of each hanging folder, which are the categories. And inside the subcategories, those transparent folders that will divide the topics. So here you have contracts, certificates, each with the name of the topic. You'll see, guys, that it will be really easy for you to find any document. So here in my documents section, there are documents. For personal documents, I set aside a folder just for personal documents because that's something we access very frequently. You guys ask a lot about medical exams, right? So I also separated a folder for medical exams. And in each subcategory, which are those wonderful transparent folders, I put a post-it with each exam I've taken. Only the most recent exams, guys. The older ones I discarded because they were really old, so I didn't see any need to keep them. On the contrary, I just took a photo and archived it, okay? So you can do that too, and that way you save more space. Medical exams are sorted as well. For larger x-rays, I try to organize them in a cabinet where they can be laid flat. Or here's an idea I suggest for you. You can also store them inside a suitcase, inside envelopes to protect them from mold. Well, guys, I've emptied this out, so I took out all the folders. The documents are already organized in their folders. So organizing like this is really great, guys, because it feels like you get rid of so much stuff. You know that stagnant energy. So try doing this organization yourself. I'm sure you'll feel the same way. Let me know afterwards. And now I'm going to put the folders in, hanging right here on the side of the drawer. All done, guys. I've already hung up the folders. I think this way of organizing is more practical. You know why? I'm going to open the personal documents folder. The topics come right after, so vaccines, certificates, documents, other types of documents, school miscellaneous, diplomas, important documents, contracts, certificates. See how easy it is, guys? I just move my finger like this and I can access all the topics at once. I love this way of organizing. So here's a tip for you too. You can choose the folder, which is also really nice, or this way of organizing too, if you have it. A little drawer to hang things, or the organizing product I showed you. Move on to another tip for organizing your documents and papers, especially for those who don't have much space. So I'm already giving you a little tour here, right? This one here actually is a magazine holder. And inside this organizer, you can organize several little folders. I'll even show you. Look, this one is a type of little folder. Little folder? It's like that hanging folder I showed you, except it doesn't have the little hook. And you can organize them all standing up here, look. This here is another model that I could use to organize a different category. You know that little folder I showed you? They can also stand up here. It's just another idea. And I wanted to get to this idea here as well, because it's an idea for when you have little space, you know? When you don't have much room to organize your paperwork. It's a beautiful folder, isn't it? Decorated with a Romero Brito theme. I'll open it so you can see. It has several accordion sections, in other words, dividers, where you can put a tag on each one. And then it's up to you to choose what kind of topics you want to organize inside an accordion folder. It can be by month, like I did here. It can be by topic. I can dedicate a folder for bills to pay. Then you can use this idea for the months like January and so on. For bills already paid too, you can use another folder just for paid bills. For correspondence, medical exams as well, an accordion folder is great. You can even put here, guys, in the medical exam categories, I don't know, dermatologist, dentist, general practitioner, gynecologist. You can divide the medical topics. You can divide it in whatever way is easiest for you. That's what I wanted to get at, you know? For me, this way was easy, but for you, it might be easier to use another method, like categories. And you can organize it standing up like this inside an organizing product, which not only organizes, but also decorates the space. There's one more idea I want to show you, which lets you use a little corner to organize your paperwork. It can even be in the bedroom. Here there's a larger box, a smaller one, and a little decorative piece on top. And I can use this box here, which is a bit bigger on the bottom, to store my folders like this model here, or this little one here, which is that really simple folder. You can organize them inside here, one folder on top of the other. So there's no shortage of ideas for you to make use of your space to organize documents at home. And to wrap up the video on organizing documents and paperwork, I'm going to share one more really great idea, which is this one here. I set aside a transparent box, one for me and one for my husband. You can assign a box to each member of your household, and you can even have boxes for the kids if you have a little extra space. So here, there are general documents, you know, business cards, IDs, voter registration cards, and so on. The documents that are scattered around, you can gather them all and already separate Rafa's box, your husband's box. And here, passport, the passport we're using now, at the moment, the old passport. I really, really hope these tips can help and make your life more practical too. Okay? I'll say goodbye to you here. And I want lots of likes on this video so I can make more organization videos here on the channel. Okay? A big kiss, everyone. Kisses.